Hi, and welcome to the Investing Chartered Accountant. I opened up my Trading 212 stocks and shares ISA in June last year. So it's now been going for a good 9 months. And this is just what I've bought and sold into that portfolio during the month of February 2026. I'm recording this in March, and obviously, with the Middle East conflict, it would have been an even better time to have held fire. But, I've not got a crystal ball. This is, I can't do anything from the past. I'm just taking you through my own personal journey, my own personal buys and sells. And none of this is to say you should buy it or should sell it. This is just what I've done for my portfolio to try and diversify it in a way that I believe would generate both growth and dividends to help with that snowball effect to push it on within the time frame that I want to grow it in, which is over about 5 years. So if you like the content, please subscribe. It helps me a lot, or just give me a like. All helps the channel, and just make sure I'm not talking into the ether, which I kind of am. But hopefully you'll enjoy. And I'll just give you some explanations of why I bought and sold. So I'll take you through the US stocks that I have purchased. As you can see, I've opened up a new position with Microsoft, and it was a decent price. Microsoft is something which I think will help in terms of my growth side of my portfolio, but it's not going to be a long-term hold. I just think the price was too good not to get in, and I still might top up in March if it remains where it is, it goes a bit lower during this month. SoFi is something I've been holding on to for a while. I've uplifted my position by another 10, so moved me up to 40. It is a strong company, up and coming. I'm more than happy to keep on investing within SoFi, take my average down, and you might see some more purchases during March to just improve that position that I'm currently holding. Visa, I've added another 3 shares. I already held 4. I have bought and sold Visa. Spoiler, Visa might well appear in my March buys and sells. It does in terms of buys. Like I say, Visa only goes one way over the long term, and that's upwards. And I'm quite happy to add to my position in Visa. And I've added with my Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, I added another one, moving it to 11. And more on the Vanguard S&P ETF shortly. Let's look at my UK stocks, and hopefully you like the robin on the right hand side. NatWest, I've opened up a new position in NatWest. Great bank. It's come a long way since it was pretty much nationalised by the government of the day here in the UK. So I'm happy with my NatWest purchase. Even happy when I get the dividends, I must admit, when that will come through. But I'm more than happy to open up a new position in NatWest. And within that banking frame, I've also uplifted Lloyd's. I do hold Lloyd's outside my stocks and shares ISA, at which point I will look to try and move it within it over a period of time. But it was, it's below £1. I'm happy to add, and I've increased that to 300 shares within this portfolio. Then now into the insurance sector with both Admiral and Visa. Aviva, sorry, not Visa. Got Visa on the mind. Admiral and Aviva. Admiral, I've taken it from 35 shares to 42, and that's a cracking price, 27.24. I think if you look now and we're in March, it starts with a 3. So I've done really well in the short term for Admiral, but it is going to be a longer term hold. Very good dividend payer and very strong company, and similar with Aviva. I got that for a really good price. Very happy for that. I did another 25 to take me up to 150. Hikma Pharmaceuticals. I've uplifted it just to take my average down, and my average was awful versus where it is, and my average still remains awful. I need to have a think around what I'm going to do with Hikma. It's going to be a short-term potential bag hold until I decide what I'm going to do. And Games Workshop, I've doubled for I've taken it to 2. Exciting, eh? 2 shares in Games Workshop, and I sold both. So I took my average down. Will take a dividend payment, and I decided, because of the amount of new positions I've opened, I decided to come out of Games Workshop, and I've also decided to come out of M&S. So I sold my positions in both M&S and Games Workshop and those individual shares, just to take down the number that's in my portfolio. I did do a full portfolio review in January. I'll do another one for March because it'll be end of the first quarter. So, you can see, I think I've still got around 33 individual positions. Now, 3 of those are ETFs, but I'm more than happy to take everyone through my position and hear comments on it. But M&S it got to a position where, when you're pushing almost 9% return on the capital you've invested, that's a good thing. So I decided it was time to come out of there. And I also sold all my position in the Vanguard S&P, even though I did add up an extra share. I had a feeling the S&P was just going to come down. I didn't foresee a Middle East conflict, I must admit. That's not it. I just decided to take advantage of the price, take advantage of what is a very small return. And given it's come down, it's probably going to be added during March. I think I'll be adding back onto this ETF. I think it's hovering around £93 at the moment per share. So if it drops a little bit more, I'll come back in. I like to hold ETFs. I need to put more into my ETF side. It's underweight in my portfolio. But that summarizes what I've done in February. There's going to be even more in March as I try to take advantage of the fall in the stock markets. If you find that useful, if you think I've done the right or wrong thing, give me a shout. Like I say, M&S is a very good company. I think people who hold the shares is got a very strong company that are holding in. It's for disclosure, I've got Tesco and Sainsbury's and a third retailer in the high street, where I've got a couple of other high street companies, Pets at Home, which is on the pet side, obviously. And I've also got Greggs. There's just too much in the UK high street at the moment, which is currently under a lot of pressure. So I just thought, just remove one of those for the meantime. And it was M&S that came up with a good return. So hopefully that covers everything I need to cover off. Any questions, or feel free to pass any comments. What have you bought and sold in February? What you got your eye on in this current market downturn that we're seeing due to the activities going on in the Middle East? Just let me know. But like I say, if you could give me a thumbs up, if you're happy to follow my journey, it'd be lovely to have you along. But in the meantime, stay strong and happy investing.